how are we all today?
Very well, thank you.
Good. So today's a really exciting session for you all. So we're starting a new unit, which is Unit 14, on your BTEC Extended Diploma in Business. Does anybody require a handout for today's session? Because I've actually got them printed. Should anybody need a copy?
Preference?
I'll have one, please.
Thank you.
Good. Feel free to take notes as we go along. So this slide gives us an overview of our aims and objectives for today's session. So the three aims are to introduce the concept of customer service and its role in businesses being successful, explore the benefits of good customer service, and then the final aim is to engage you in conducting a SWOT analysis of customer service practices. And by the end of this session, the objectives are that you'll be able to define customer service and explain its importance, identify at least 3 benefits of good customer service, and complete a SWOT analysis for customer service. So I've mentioned SWOT analysis twice already on this first slide. Is anybody familiar with the SWOT analysis? Yeah, maybe, so. Fantastic. Shall go through that in a couple of slides. So the next one. An introduction to customer service. So what is it? What is customer service? For me, it's the support a company provides both during, after and before making any purchase, and that purchase could be for goods, for products, in any industry, wherever you are in the world, to be honest. It can have both positive and negative outcomes for businesses if the service is good or bad. So just to give you a couple of minutes working in pairs, could you please have a discussion and come up with 2 examples of good customer service and 2 examples of bad customer service. And in addition to that, just perhaps a bit of an extension on it, can you think of ideas or reasons why your examples are good and bad? What might be the rationale, the reasons behind them being good or bad? Brilliant. 2 minutes.
Good customer service is basically customer levels. So if customer goes to the supermarket and says, "There's the spaghetti," can I take them to the spaghetti or say,
Yeah. So I had a very similar one at the weekend where I was for red salt.
Yeah.
I looked at it first and
send them out emails on Friday.
but then he took me to an educated guess. I'm not sure, but I think this, but he took me anyway, and we did find the right place. Yeah.
I thought that was really good one. Sort of chat, a desk, office chat, doing good way.
Yeah.
So,
So we had fairly similar
Yeah.
examples of like in a supermarket or similar thing, asking for help
Yeah.
and just being guided until we were
Yeah.
rather than
That'd be a good one for bad. Put it on his head.
It used to be like that. We've got 2 massive
we've both got good.
2 goods. We just need some bad.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about John Lewis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's here,
Interesting.
Oh,
It's
well, I just don't even know where to start. But yeah, John Lewis. Oh, anybody who knows that will tell you, come right down. The kitchen.
Yeah.
And wrong parts, no parts. Didn't
So-
didn't spec it. So new floor. Didn't put the
I
didn't plan
found
for
it.
the sub
This
asphalting
is not
of the floor that was
posted.
needed. And so
It's the
so
very
last minute
where
in
you
a rush
cannot
found somebody to asphalt
kind of
my whole
communicate
ground floor.
Wow.
That had a
And
plan.
interestingly, John
Yeah.
Lewis,
Owing
national
mainly
works
to,
were reportedly one of the best. It's
yeah.
plenty of awards.
Everybody who works
You know,
with,
when
oh,
you
this
sort
is
of-
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But the person on the other end doesn't quite
Because they've
get what you
outsourced
need.
so much as well.
it's not their fault that as a reflection of the company.
Yeah, miserable. I suppose it's miserable.
Yeah, they're bronze.
Yeah, just so yeah, everyone is getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to do a good job.
Yeah.
Are you good? Sorry, you're
But
bad.
because
We've
of
got the
the
done good,
brands,
just a-
like, you know, so if I'm speaking to someone who's completely can't understand my accent, no idea, then
You're the bad.
yeah, but it's an example of where everyone involved is like
is
trying
BT
to
moving everything
yeah,
over to
yeah,
be really positive.
Yeah.
I want them to be clear so the brains understand what I'm saying, but because of where they are on the call,
Oh,
they
okay.
can't
This is your connection.
understand what
What you're trying to
saying.
articulate.
That person is trying to do their job properly, but is getting frustrated because they can't understand the problem. So it's, I think it's bad customer service from the company.
Why?
I don't think it's bad kind of not understanding it. You've got one person in one place, one person over there, not realising that actually this might be a problem.
Yeah.
You connect you in 10
Coming
minutes.
for one product,
And I'd left.
oh, you talk about problem. Oh, we've got a special offer on magazines today.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
like pushy.
Last
Pushy.
10
Yeah,
seconds,
pushy
please.
I'll I'm very rarely.
Oh, isn't it? It is
Yeah,
now.
it's all about now it's going.
Especially over a phone call.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very unlikely to
Yeah.
you want to get me on
Good
the
silence
side.
there.
Right. Has everybody managed to get some good and bad examples? Good and bad examples
Yes.
already?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Right. So let's go to this group first. Can you share with us an example of good customer service, please?
Sure. So one example that we both kind of must have experienced fairly recently
Yeah.
was kind of being in a store, supermarket,
Okay.
being unable to find a product, asking for assistance, and said employee of the company taking you directly to where you need to go. Very efficient.
Sounds
Data
fantastic.
and so on.
And are you able to name said supermarket?
Yeah.
Supermarkets
Let's say
are available.
every little helps in that situation.
Okay. Thank you. And to this group, can you share with us one example of good customer service?
Yeah, Laura James, furniture supplier, sent me with the sideboard from them, it was a self-assembly, and there were 2 bits missing from it, which is not very good, but the way they handled it, I had those missing parts within a couple of days' time, and the communications were great.
Unable to build your furniture.
I actually did so. When I realised the missing should have
Yeah,
checked.
I'd have probably tried without. Right, and back to this group, can you share with us your example of bad poor customer service?
We talk more about customer service we don't like personally, and for us, pushing sales came up. We don't like it. And people are overly trying to sell either
Yeah.
a product you've come in for, or they're trying to sell you on a product you don't need or want. It's just you feel it's a bit aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, thank you very much. And this group?
Go on, you go with your broadband as well.
Oh yeah, so I moved from Virgin to BT, and that seemed to go well until the point a couple of days before the engineer was due to come and install. I got in touch with them and they said, "Oh well, we've cancelled your order." No reason given.
word.
So I was without broadband for 10 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, which that really hurts.
Yeah.
So it's basic human need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just all these examples you've provided, is there anything you can pinpoint as to why the service might have been poor? You've talked about in your supermarket being guided to the product you were looking for
Yeah.
and that was successful, had a positive experience. What do you think led that employee, and how do you think they've learned to do that to ensure really good customer service?
Alright, so how did they get to that kind of, why did they act like that? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good training, I guess.
Yeah.
So they'll know the layout of the supermarket very well.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
know how to talk to customers effectively,
Yeah.
and efficiently as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Is there anything else this group can think of?
Caring about the customer,
Yeah,
actually sort of caring the implications of not doing a good job for them.
Yeah, brilliant. So I think what we can take from the good and bad examples you've said is how important training is for individuals working in any kind of service, product environment, those listening skills, making customers feel cared for. So we'll just move on to my next slide, which is why is customer service important. So I think from what you've said, when you're in that supermarket, would it encourage you to go back to that supermarket? So therefore it would increase customer loyalty. It builds them a strong reputation, because even though you didn't say the name of the supermarket, we knew
It's been on down.
we knew who you were referring to. It's building that real strong reputation, encourages repeat business and boosts sales and revenue. So Coral
Yes.
gave us an example, which she's not shared with the group, it's around John Lewis.
Oh, terrible.
And she had such a terrible time, terrible customer service. Would you go back to John Lewis?
Not for a kitchen.
Not for a kitchen, not for that specific product. Would you go back to John Lewis? Would you feel you're a loyal customer? Do they have any loyalty schemes that perhaps would
They
encourage you
do
to
have
return?
loyalty schemes, so occasionally, and they have things like if you take back 5 empty cosmetics things, you get £5 off, or loads of things like that.
Indeed, yeah.
So they have some schemes. So I've got my bag of things to take back to John Lewis that I've never actually taken back to John
Well,
Lewis.
you have good intentions.
So yeah, so those things on the but service wise is poor. So I would go on
potential
mine.
of a good loyalty scheme. And
Yeah.
your examples for your supermarket, would that encourage, do they have a loyalty scheme? Would that encourage you to continue shopping?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Fantastic. Right. So, next slide is around the SWOT analysis task. I know some of you said you were familiar with doing a SWOT analysis or undertaking one, others not so much. So just for me to give you a brief overview of what one is and why businesses use them. They help evaluate the impact a business can have through its customer services. And in the task I've got a handout for you all that mirrors this image. It's to look at strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Underneath each one, I've just given you a little nod, so short time today, that might help come up with a number of bullet points for each of the 4 quadrants. So, has anybody got any questions before we start this task? So again, it's working in groups. If you want one each, I'll to share one. Oops, sorry. Throwing that at you.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh.
Thank you.
Right, so let's check on the time. So we've probably got about 4 minutes for you to complete this task. And I shall come round and check if we're okay with it. Has anybody got any questions?
What's the task?
To go through each, in your pairs, go through each of the quadrants of the SWOT analysis to think of strengths. And strengths can be as far as why customer service is important,
So it's not about
weaknesses, what companies could do. If you want to centre it around John
Lewis.
Lewis, feel free to do so. Or if you just want to think of generic points of how important customer service is, that's also
Thank you.
brilliant. Thank you.
Customer service.
We okay on this table?
Yeah, I think so. Customer retention in there.
Brilliant.
So that's a good. Just
Yeah.
along the right lines there. Right. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, because you want your customers to keep returning to
Yeah.
for every little helps, don't you? For example.
It's,
Morning.
Yes, so I've tried to just give a little, because I know we're short of time,
Yeah.
a little idea of what you might want to consider in completing this task. I need to switch the screen so
Sorry.
it's locked up.
Yeah, I think there's a slight like if you have to add customer service example, you are on average going to tell 12 people.
All right.
So
Okay.
if those 12 people tell
Sounds good.
12 people, then that
Right.
Persist. I mean, like your broadband and my John Lewis ordering is persistence, isn't it? And poor
okay.
Because of course, she had a kitchen cameras.
Yeah.
Pressures, they won't digital, they won't be IT
No, no, no.
systems for
Yeah.
software and all
Okay.
that, and design for John Lewis. And
So companies, what should companies avoid? They should avoid. So where's it? Is it my personal opinion? What should they avoid doing to me?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you went into your other little health store and asked for your product and somebody says,
Yeah.
oh, they might carry
Okay.
12 or 13, we wouldn't think
Yeah.
that is a good customer experience given the opposite you had, which is somebody actually took you to that product.
So they need to avoid.
Poor communication.
Yeah. Not listening.
We were talking about how you're more likely to talk about bad experience in a store than good one.
Brilliant. There's lots of writing going on here. How are we doing? We've triggered something with Coral when we mentioned John Lewis.
Oh, it's terrible. Still traumatised.
It's a shame.
About so last 10-20 seconds. Get some feedback.
It's a like threat is the way of bad sales.
Yeah. Reputation as well.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
He's always been saying that you kind of go, is it your interesting place?
Right.
Sometimes you get the occasional nice person, but they're rare.
Yeah.
Are we ready to feedback? Want to finish writing? Fantastic. Okay. Wonderful. So, in terms of strengths, can anybody give me a strength to good customer services? What impact would that have on a business?
Customer retention.
Retention.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anybody else willing to share what they've worked out?
I've put, and Richard used the word resolution, but I put speed of completing a job. You've not got bad. Poor service leads to jobs just dragging on and on and on, and you can get onto your next piece of work.
And that frustration of it not
Mm.
being
Yeah,
done.
the time it takes up is expensive.
Yeah, brilliant. Any other strengths that we've got down, Ethan? Have you got anything different?
Reputation, building your brand.
Yeah, brilliant. Finally, Richard, have you got anything else to add for strengths?
Well, new customers from word of mouth.
New customers?
Yeah.
Yes. And that reputation of good customer service.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Weaknesses. Anybody volunteering to go first?
Poor communication in marketing, perhaps. So, say for example, you've saved up your Tesco vouchers,
Yeah.
and you get to the store and they say, oh, they ran out last week. You as a customer should have been told that clearly before you went into the store to take the vouchers.
Brilliant. Love a good club card voucher. Anybody else? Weaknesses?
Persistence. I had a power cut on Saturday night.
Did you?
And I phoned, I think it's 105 or something like that, Electricity Northwest to tell them, and they took all, and a very nice man on the phone, took all my details, said, right, we'll tell you when the teams arrive, we'll send you a message when
Yeah.
the team's arrived, when the work's going to be done, when the power's back, and we'll give you updates by text. And I thought, this is amazing customer service, but I never got any messages. And then last night I got a message saying, the team's arrived now at LA something, and it was in Kendal. So they've given me, I'd got nothing about where I lived, but 24 hours later I'm getting updates about Kendal. So there's something in that system. There was an opportunity for very good customer service,
Yeah,
but the systems at the back
Yeah.
meant it was bad.
Fantastic. One to learn from as well. Anybody else got any other weaknesses?
The not delivering on promises, whether that's in marketing, never knowing the unsold.
Brilliant. Opportunities. Has anybody got opportunities they're willing to share?
Just building on from building your reputation, it's a chance for you to take customers from your competitors.
Ooh. Yeah.
I've got new business.
Yeah, market share.
I think attracting good staff, being an employer of choice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Brilliant. Oops. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you'd be proud to be an employee of a business that does outstanding customer service. And then finally, threats. Has anybody got any examples?
Do you want to share that? I thought it was really
I think there's a statistic that if you have a bad experience with a store, you're on average going to tell 12 people. So that's very easily how word of mouth spreads, because if those 12 people then tell one person each, that's 24 people who know about your bad experience. So.
Yeah. There's 5, 6 of us in this room, and we all go talking about John Lewis.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to John Lewis? Yeah.
sort of hand in glove with that is the sales.
Yeah, declining sales. Yeah, brilliant. Any others?
Losing good staff.
Staff retention, fantastic.
You get fined as a business, so like if you're a
Oh,
network
yeah,
rail,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Brilliant. Has that exhausted everybody's SWOT analysis? Right, fantastic. It's a really good session. So, to conclude this morning's session, I hope that you'll agree with these, but I'll check. You now got more of an understanding and awareness of how good customer service can lead to business success, but also how it can damage the success of a company. The SWOT analysis has been a fantastic task from you all, in able to identify areas of strengths and areas of improvement. And the one thing I want you to take away from this about continuous improvement is key. SWOT analysis is not something that should just be done once, parked and forgotten about. It's part of that continuous cycle of quality that businesses should go through. So yes, I have sent you some homework, which is a little quiz that'll be in your book, which if you could have a read, do
yeah.
your research and bring it back to next week's session, that would be fantastic. And then my final question is, on continuous improvement, have you got any feedback for me and how I can continue to improve? Thank you very